And it should be. This will be on the smaller channel too, by the way.
Yeah. Well, this was a scheduled move.
Start again.
One of these.
There.
That's it.
Now it works. Like, see, look, it's like stream resumed. The stream
That's
is
it?
continuing. And now it's working. It's live. It's live screaming time.
You're making that up.
No, it's working. So I
No.
didn't mess up anything. It's just YouTube being a YouTube.
Oh, there it is. Oh, fair.
Beautiful.
Guys, I apologize. I was gonna let loose a litany, curses, profanity,
Some
unstreamable
derogatory
words. But you know what? For the time being, you were spared. I apologize.
See, we made it. We did it. See, we're having a good
It
time
is-
at our very secluded bar.
Saturday night, just the two of us.
Mm-hmm. It's not a
What
Friday.
is the
so it's
topic?
good.
What is the topic of this Saturday?
We get to talk about the lore. The I don't know if we should call it the lore, but it is essentially the story of the
Legend.
Hyrule Bard.
It's the legend
Exactly, it is.
of the Hyrule Bard.
It's he's a person that exists on the internet, so we can talk about him.
You've touched on it before. We touched on. Let me see here. A misadventure
Yeah.
with simps, sympathy. I shouldn't say simp. That's a slur. Sympathy.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for sympathy in the form of dollary dues. Not too many dollary dues, but dollary dues nonetheless.
Mhm.
But in that case, I was given that one centralized happening, incident, if you will. Give me the bigger picture of the Hyrule Bard.
Hyrule is he's still a current YouTuber. We'll go into that later on, but he is a YouTuber that started out making very old reviews, gameplay kind of things, kind of like an angry video game nerd in a sense. So many moons ago, in the early days of YouTube, where it was literally the Wild West.
I remember.
So he there's videos, and I can't show them here because I don't have them uploaded, but he made a video or two about video games, and he wanted to be this video game YouTuber, and that didn't work out so well for him. So then he became a commentary channel, and then the commentary community kind of kicked him out because he started what's called ImageGate, which is a known thing that happened in the commentary community. I had to look this up myself.
Oh, okay, now we have to go into ImageGate because I've never heard of that. I've heard of many gates.
Yeah, we can here
Oh.
ImageGate.
ImageGate.
Commentary community.
What is that?
So ImageGate, I don't know if I can find it now, but
The commentary community wiki.
yes,
What?
yeah, they have a whole thing for this.
I'm not surprised.
I don't think
Be
anyone is.
surprised. How
Oh,
silly would
look
that
at
be?
someone took someone after I outed him. This is important later.
No.
But he's a commentator who started in 2012. His name used to be Dustin Makes Vids, or Rawgasm, XX Rawgasm, XX,
It's your boy XX Rockasm.
or
What?
the Hyrule Bard, as I had found him.
Oh, right.
And he's a commentator who
Tired.
started in 2012. He retired for a period of time until he eventually made a return in 2017, where he's
So-
mainly known for causing a small drama known as ImageGate.
Was in 2017.
Yes. So
And in
ImageGate.
2018, he had AIDS
Yeah.
surgery for.
Yeah, the whole thing about ImageGate, the weird thing about ImageGate was that he believed that you had to have your own images, your own PNGs or JPEGs or whatever to do commentary videos.
Oh.
Now,
You
however,
gotta be a true commentator. True commentators have OC.
yeah. And so, however, in 2018, He was exposed for faking a serious illness, one that apparently required surgery, for monetary gain, causing him to leave YouTube altogether. Around the same time he claimed to be leaving YouTube altogether, he made a new account called Pirate Canvas.
Pirate Canvas.
Pirate Canvas, if you aren't familiar. Pirate Canvas is a person that was known for kind of spearheading a little bit of the I Stand With Vic movement.
Oh, hey, Evangelion. I recognize that. That's an anime.
Yeah, he's doing a lot better over here on BitChute, because that's where he said he was going to go. But now he just does, actual drama videos.
Okay.
Because that's all he does now. Because he used to do anime stuff.
This needs to stop, Boogie. Yeah, Boogie's gonna be forced to watch that.
Of course. So now he
Come here,
uploads
Boogie.
videos over here on BitChute. He doesn't really upload them on the wonderful website known as YouTube anymore. But as you can see,
given history, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, it's a thing. So he's doing things now to get views. Funimation quietly drops interspecies reviewers. Hey, didn't we do a video about that? Oh, that's okay. But
did he say the show sucks?
I don't know.
And then proceed to bash nerds.
I don't think he did.
That'll be another day.
Oh yeah,
surely.
We'll check it out.
Maybe we'll continue to look at interspecies reviewer review.
I would like to make an entire thing made just entirely of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was one of the people that spearheaded the I Stand With Vic movement.
I like Battle Network. That's nice. Battle Network's nice.
And there was a person, rest in peace wherever his account went, but he's the one who informed me that Pirate Canvas was the Hyrule Bard.
Huh.
And I said, how do you know this? And of course, their identity is still unknown. I don't know who they are. Big ups whoever you are. But apparently that's a thing. Apparently that was who it was, and I was able to confirm it. And then when I put the tweet out there, everyone immediately knew who it was. They said, "Oh, Hyrule's back."
It clicked.
Yeah, it didn't take long, and so now no one takes him seriously except for a few people that don't know who he is exactly.
Oh, rip.
Or that they at least follow it. But today, I have a treat for us, and this treat is watching old Hyrule Bard videos, and I'm gonna go ahead and start us off with a trilogy, because the trilogy is that he loves him some God of War. And you're going to see someone be angry on your behalf to say that God of War, this new one, it's not good. Don't buy it.
Oh? Oh, no.
It's going to be one of those.
The Wrath of the Fanboy.
Oh, yeah. So the first video that we have queued up here is God of War. Perfect. The bias of mainstream game critics. And we could just cue this up. Let me make sure that the audio levels are good. I think we're pretty good to go.
How's it going, everybody? This is Hyrule here, and today I'm going to do a little rant on these recent reviews that have came out on the new God of War game, which I have yet played. Huh?
Oh, yeah, by the way, this is before this, so let me go ahead and give you this bit of information. He's not played this game because it's not out yet.
It's true. He did preface that. He has not played it yet. But
there
are reviews. There are reviews out. Ergo, it's fair game.
Yeah, he just can't.
It is fair game now.
Yeah, he cannot believe that this game is as good as they say it is.
So keep that in mind. Another thing to keep in mind is that
another thing to keep in mind is that he doesn't have L's. He cannot pronounce L's. Aww. So like Dark Souls is how he says Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
Souls.
Dark Souls.
Yeah, like it's like a U-W. It's weird.
No, it shouldn't. Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. Real southern.
I am not a mainstream critic.
Oh.
I don't claim to be. I am just some guy behind a computer who just gives his opinions
kind of
on
southern.
things,
I hear it now.
and that's it. Now, with that said, let's talk about these reviews. So, the new God of War game is the talk of the video game world right now because a lot of these reviewers are giving it perfect scores. IGN gave this game a 10 out of 10.
I don't know why he gave that. Like, IGN gave it a 10 out of 10. IGN marks down games for having too much water.
You know the words that hurt me most, don't you?
I do.
Hoenn has the perfect balance of water, and I have the proof. I have images that prove how much water there is in the 3rd gen Pokemon games. I have proof, and there's not that much water. The effective coverage of water is exaggerated, which is actually a lot smaller than people assume it is. But here we are. No, too much water. Thank you, IGN.
Oh, yeah, too much water.
Ask. Plus, you didn't drink water.
It didn't. Okay, didn't ask, and you don't drink any water. Sorry, buddy.
Structroid gave it a 10 out of 10. GameSpot gave it a perfect score. And you could bet your ass that Sony is eating this shit up. Like,
well, yeah, they're the ones that made the game.
Either,
Why would they not be
eating
proud
it
of
up,
it?
Well, no, they're either eating it up or they're paying for it.
No.
Yes. What year is this? What year is this? What year is this?
This had to have been in 2018. No,
Okay.
yeah, it had to be in
Oh, wait,
2018.
what? That's so recent. Is it? It can't be that God of War game. Not that one.
The new one with Boy in it, with main character Boy.
Old. Oh God.
Yeah, it's one of those.
this is the reason why I don't trust mainstream video game reviewers. I just don't
Dude, that's
trust
one of the.
them.
That's one of the. No, wait. Oh, he's using footage from an older
Yes,
God
an
of War
older
game.
Okay,
Okay, he's talking about the new one. Okay, I'm good now. I've
Oh, yeah.
survived.
yeah, don't worry. It's gonna get a.
I
It's
figured it
gonna get
out.
better.
My very small brain, little cylinders pumping away. It's pumped enough water. We're good.
I mean, usually I go into a game on my own and then I give my thoughts about it. But this just seems too much because if you look at Metacritic right now, the score of the game is 95. And if you look at the list of critic reviews, you can look at all the scores. Most of them are 100s.
Okay, because they really like the game. I
Well,
mean,
it's more like don't fuck with us, God of War fans. We actually go for hit combos. if we gotta think about this. No. I'm actually gonna defend Hyrule Bard on this.
okay.
Because if he's as passionate of a God of War fan as I think he is,
He is.
as I think he will be,
hmm
then I do sympathize with their plight quite a bit. Because the hardcore God of War fan does play for the gameplay.
They do.
He plays for the hits. He plays for the weapons. He plays for, I mean, you name it, you got it. Any God of War trope, he loves it to death. Loves it to the death.
Oh, don't worry. There's 2 videos. So this one, this is the first one that is about the scores and how he's gonna play this game when it comes out. Okay.
I understand why he's skeptical about the scores because we all know most game journalists, they said what, Devil May Cry 5 soundtrack
Oh yeah. Mhm.
was too quiet. Like, come on, man. Like 2018, yeah, that sounds like this current crop of game journalists that couldn't get the music to max out, you know, in Devil May Cry 5.
Mm-hmm.
So I get his skepticism. If anything, it's good. He's not like one of those Sony ponies who says it's going to be amazing. It totally deserves these 10s. Let's be real. IGN, among other publishers.
Well, don't
I
worry,
don't see
because
anything bad right now.
well, don't worry. We
This
got
is
the
tame.
whole thing.
This is tame.
Yeah, we're just starting out. It's
Okay.
only a minute and a half.
Like, seriously, there are no negative scores for this game. And that
Well, that's not true because it's at a 95. If it were all perfect scores, it'd be above 95. It would be 100.
Well, I mean, was it they consider 70 good on Metacritic?
I think so, yeah. It's
Sure,
like
yeah.
it's still in the yellow.
I mean, there's always that odd contrarian. Who was it? It was Jim Sterling
Yeah.
that tries to drag scores down. It's not unusual to have that one dude who wants his website, his YouTube video, you name it, to be seen, and the way to do it is to give it a low score. So it features on the page. I'm serious. I saw somebody do that. What game was it?
I know what you're talking about too, and I can't think of it for the life of me.
Yeah, but like, it was Death Stranding. Oh,
Okay.
damn it! Yeah, it was Death Stranding. Somebody gave it a really low score to promote their small website. And it was just like, how tiresome, right?
Mm-hmm.
How tiresome.
As always.
Proceed.
that is just odd to me because usually you'll see at least one negative score. But no, this game has perfect scores all around, and now they're claiming it to be a masterpiece. They claim that this game is better than any other God of War game, which just shows you the bias that they're showing here. Because
maybe it's a really good game. I mean, I played this game, and
it's probably a very cinematic game.
Yeah, it's a very cinematic game, but it's a
cinematic experience. We want the movie going audience.
Mm-hmm. And they're gonna get it, especially with how good this game looks. But you're gonna notice that when we get to it. It's not in this video. It's in the next video.
Because for many years, people have claimed that God of War is sexist and misogynistic, and there's too much gore and violence in it, and now they're loving God of War. Hell,
I was in mid drink during that part.
Persecution of the gamer.
Oh yeah, we're gamers, and
understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, it's like to hear it voiced. It's like, oh right, yeah. I don't say that on Twitter. He's stunning and brave.
He is. He's really out here on the forefront for us.
He's fighting the good fight. I can't take that away.
See, look it. We love Hyrule Bard now. Don't worry. We got it.
One of the reviews said that this game was a button masher, and they ended up giving it a perfect score anyway. So what the hell are we supposed to believe here?
That it's a button masher, and button mashers can be good. What's the problem?
Well, sometimes button mashers are really good.
Yeah, sometimes they can be good. That's the problem.
Sometimes they put me to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I had to say it puts me to sleep.
I don't think the new one is too much of a button masher. It was engaging. I just couldn't finish playing it because I was using remote play because that's the future.
Well,
I also it was across town, so I also did not buy the game. I didn't have a PS4 at the time.
What are you doing?
I have a PS4 at the time. I don't have one.
Why would you play a game that takes precision inputs?
Oh no, there was no precision for that.
Imagine streaming and chat. I want you to. I'm going to involve chat in this because we've been neglecting them. It's a terrible thing that's happened. But you know what? I'm going to reach out to chat. Chat. Imagine playing. What was it? Hatsune Miku. Imagine playing Project Diva. Imagine streaming it and trying to nail those combos.
Oh, that's impossible.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. I could have used a fighting game for this comparison, for this role play, but let's be real. Hatsune Miku is a queen.
Oh, she is.
Fighting games, old and busted. Hatsune Miku, a fucking queen.
Or trying to play Cuphead. You try to stream Cuphead, that's just not going to happen. It's impossible.
Cuphead earlier. Yeah, stream it. Go stream it. Play it while watching your own stream and see where you end up.
Oh my god, it'll be a nightmare. If you talk about nightmares, this is the nightmare.
Now you gotta predict it, bro.
I mean,
you're just gonna predict the inputs.
Well, fine. I'll just pay for them, to give me the game that plays itself. It's okay.
We'll see ya.
The future. Yeah, the future.
Is this game a button masher, or is it the perfect God of War game that you so claim that it is? Because so far you're doing a piss poor job of selling that to me. Now, like I said, I have not played God of War, so I don't know how true some of these claims are. I mean, it could be a great game, but I refuse to believe that this game is perfect, because there is flaws with every game.
Okay, like he keeps saying like it's perfect. I mean, yeah, we know no game is perfect. Like
I guess the reason it's up here on the TV right now is because the fact that he's made a video on it. Let's be real.
Mhm.
We're all thinking this. It's like no game is perfect. Oh yeah, those perfect scores are rolling out, and we kind of roll our eyes and say, whatever. I'll wait for it to come out. I'll wait for it to come out. But here we have a video venting those suspicions. And I gotta wonder why. Why are we here? Just to suffer?
yeah, this is like I said, this is only part one in this trilogy of videos, and you're gonna witness how one person can decay and shrivel up into a corn cob in just 3 videos.
Corn cob.
Yes, it's gonna be great.
And these videos are still up, right? Are these still up?
No, these are gone from the internet. I'm one of the only
Okay,
people.
wow.
I'm one of the only like 3 people on the internet that have these videos besides Hyrule himself.
You have the trilogy on Blu-ray?
Exactly. This is
Incredible.
I'm pretty sure this is 720p.
720p on a flash drive?
Yeah.
Wow. Bro, pass the flash drive over here. I don't care how many viruses it's got. Just pass it over here. He's got Hyrule Bard trilogy.
Oh yeah, I got a lot more than that. This is gonna be great.
And that is a fact. But these mainstream critics are not going to tell you what is wrong with these games, because they're going to continue to perpetuate their bias. I mean, there has to be a reason why God of War is getting these perfect scores. I mean, it can't be no coincidence that Sony is paying them.
Fair.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
like everyone knows that. Everyone knows that Sony will
True.
pay for reviews because they've done it before. Everyone knows that that playing games early is what these video game journalists do. They want to get the game early. They want to be on Sony's good side, and of course they're going to say positive things. So I can see his apprehensiveness about this, about the mainstream game critics. But let's just keep going a little bit further down this rabbit hole.
I mean, I've seen these type of practices done before. I mean, you remember IGN and Activision? Activision paying IGN to give Call of Duty perfect scores? And
You know when I stopped believing IGN? Do you want to know what year? Do you want to know what time that was? That was
I
back
never
when...
trusted IGN.
Yeah, I never trusted
I'm
them
not-
really. But it's when I stopped like entirely. Like I was like, okay, well maybe they just make a couple of bad reviews. I'm not going to listen to them. But then when they got to one game, I already
Party
knew.
Babies? Is it Party Babies?
No, it was Call of Duty Ghost and Battlefield 4.
Oh.
Battlefield 4, they gave a review and they said Battlefield 4 blows Call of Duty out of the water. And then they give Call of Duty Ghost a higher score. And I said,
well,
how does a game blow another game out of the water, but you give the game that's apparently getting destroyed a higher score? It gets the noggin jogging a little bit.
really does.
And that's when I stopped entirely believing IGN and anything that they reviewed.
I gave up on IGN when they stopped supporting IGN Mail. That was my first email address, was with IGN Mail, and needless to say, I'm never getting those Neopets back.
This is so sad.
Never getting the recovery email. No, it's not possible.
This is news.
My Neopets have starved to death. My Neopets have starved to death. I can never go back to my childhood.
How many scores of Neopets are dead?
Dude, it's got an... How can you tell me that we have a no-shit Neopet refugee crisis and the president won't do shit about it? He won't talk about it.
Yeah, we got to get him to talk about it.
Him to talk about it. Like,
Bring back the
what's
IGN
going
mail.
on here? Bring back IGN Mail. Let us save our Neopets.
They knew what they were doing.
I don't...
They
You're
knew
saying
what they
he's
were doing.
complicit?
Yeah, they no, IGN knew what they were doing.
You think... Oh, yeah, that too.
They knew what they were doing. They
They
said
need to be dragged into court.
people, like when you have an email address, that's a whole different thing. When they have an email address, they knew what they were doing. It's whatever. IGN, you fucking failed.
Because they like control.
Yeah, they
Fucking IGN.
They knew what they were up to. God damn it.
Really scares me because right now we're already dealing with microtransactions being put into games.
Just by the way, there were no microtransactions for God of War.
Pronounced it. I'm sorry. That threw me off.
Oh boy, don't worry. This is as easy as it gets. I promise. This is like, you're not to the worst one yet. I think the second one is probably the worst one. The third video is probably the saddest.
Thanks.
Now, the fucking mainstream media critics are giving perfect scores to games that probably don't even deserve it.
You know who that sounds like? Something gets a high score when it probably doesn't deserve it. I can't say the name, but I think we know who we're talking about, and it's
Scared.
It's a thing. It's a video that I just made, and they said that Ishizoku Reviewers is a show that's not that good, and y'all are pulling hardcore mental gymnastics to give it these 9s out of 10s.
I like titties.
That's kind of what this reminds me of. It's so unfortunate. You can't get these good scores. Get out of here. God, I love it.
And are more than likely just getting paid off by the developers or by the publishers. It scares me because I don't want to see people get screwed.
And to be people that own a PS4 are already screwed.
Yeah, that's the thing is you're already it's a money pit.
It really is. It really is. I have a pile of PlayStation 4 Blu-rays at this point because I just refuse to buy digital. And sometimes I see a game that I really like. Like, oh man, I know that game. I know that franchise. Wow, they released Resident Evil 4 on another platform? Wow, this has got to be the 15th release now. I'll still buy it.
You know? That's the kind of thing about our society, if you will.
Gangweed.
It's where we keep buying the things that keep getting re-released on a different platform or different format.
Look, you son of a... Resident Evil 4 is good. I didn't finish it yet, but now I have. I finished it on my Switch. So I bought it from the PS4 around Christmas. Is that what it was? Or Thanksgiving? And then I bought it on the Switch around New Year's and finished it on the Switch. No, I'm not a consumer, if you will, but damn it, some games are too good to not experience again. Like, I don't know.
Oh, I get it. No, it's just like how I bought
like
a Katamari Reroll.
It's like me and Doom 3. Like, Doom 3 BFG edition? Sure, why not? It's on a modern machine? Sure.
I mean, buy what you love.
The wonderful world of re-releases. That's something to really open up and was it? I think the PS4 did get a lot of shit for that, for getting a bunch of ports.
They did.
And even the Switch is covered in ports.
All I want to be re-released or remastered is We Love Katamari. That's it. I'm done buying any more games.
I'm just saying, have we reached peak video games?
Yes.
With the release of Death Stranding? I mean, anything after that, what's the point? There can be no new IPs after
Dragon Ball Fighter Z
masterpiece.
Kakarot? What's that game? It's not Death Stranding.
I never heard of it. Don't care, didn't ask.
Plus you're
not on the Hyrule network.
Yeah.
Plus you're not on the Hyrule network.
Yeah, he's not on the Hyrule network at all. No one knows about it. I don't see anybody, trying to come together to play that game.
Anyways, I'm sure God of War has it had some compilation releases? I mean, you'd think with how big the God of War release for the PS4 was, you'd think they'd release a collection as well.
They did. I believe that they did.
Very cool.
And I think it was
got an 8 out of 10.
PS3.
8 out of 10 for sexism.
Yeah, I think they had the God of War collection. I think they had God of War 1 and 2, and then they had the PSP games, and then they moved those over to the PS3.
Forgot the PSP existed.
And then they also came out with God of War Ascension, which I think was, what, a prequel or something like that?
PSP for me was my Phantasy Star machine.
As
I
it should
didn't play
be.
anything else but the Phantasy Star portable games. 1, 2, and what was it? It was 2... Was it seriously called Infinity? Oh, God.
Maybe. I don't know that much about Phantasy Star. It's a game I've been wanting to get
That
into.
sounds like Sega. That sounds like Sega, though. I can believe that.
It is a Sega titling.
Very Sega thing to do.
They love titling stuff, except for like Sonic
It was in
Forces.
Japanese. So honestly, I have no idea what the 2 spin-off was really called. It was in Japanese. I can't, but I can play it. The gameplay is what I remember, so I can play it.
That's all that's important, really.
Don't care, didn't read, don't know katakana.
You hiragana, get it out of here. You're a goner if you catch my drift. Yeah.
Let's keep going. What are we doing?
And I know a lot of you Sony fanboys.
There's no getting away from this.
This is going to be the first time that he calls you a Sony fanboy, because it happens again, like I think in this video, but I know for a fact it happens in the third video.
Nerds!
Yeah, if you're wondering why this took a hit, like, because he makes some pretty good points, but it's when he does this move that it starts to deteriorate so quick. I'm so sorry.
You're just hating on the game and you haven't even played it yet, so you don't deserve an opinion.
Goodness. Is this it? Is this the peak, Gene?
It's getting there. We're hitting, well, maybe the fever peak of this video.
He said, you haven't played the game yet, and you know it's going to play like, so you don't deserve an opinion. So we have straw man arguments. That's a good way to start this off. And then also...
So you don't have to watch anime to say shit about it, though.
Well, of course, that's
Hey, let's not try to draw parallels here. Let's not connect the dots here.
Well,
like, come on.
We're not in a coloring book. You don't have to connect the dots.
You don't have to connect the dots.
This is about to get good. This is the good part, by the way.
Yes, I fucking do. And plus, I'm trying to protect you guys.
Oh, that's man. He doesn't even review anime, but that's like an Anituber mindset.
Oh, God. He doesn't do it anymore. Of course not.
Protect you.
I'm trying to protect you guys.
Don't you understand?
Don't buy this shit. I'll buy it for you.
Stop watching it. Stop watching this.
Oh, God. I forgot this part was in the video. I haven't seen these in a solid year and a half. So this is almost as new to you as it is to me.
Yeah, I've never seen these. This is incredible.
From having to get screwed over. But nevertheless.
Oh, by the way, you're gonna hear "nevertheless" a lot tonight. So if you have some shots, I don't know if you're in the drinking mood. I probably should be. I don't have to be up super early, but
I could probably use a few to numb the pain.
I got a sake 1 cup ozeki, and
whoa, dude, that's like really Japanese.
It is very. It is very. My
That's
friend
so
that went
cool.
to my friend that went to Japan said that they used to buy these every night because they're only 100 yen, so $1. And we have a Japanese market that's pretty close to me. It's about 40 minutes or so away. It's not too far. And I picked up one. I was like, yeah, I'll give it a good old fashioned college try. So I picked one up, and here we go on this lovely adventure.
I can't remember what I had. I was in Okinawa for 2 years.
Oh my God.
It was what, Chuhais?
Oh yeah, yeah, something like that.
Those are brutal.
Oh boy.
My God. We'd get a basket full of those, and oh Jesus.
Man, I already spilled some on me. That's how you know it's starting to be good.
Oh, yeah, man, just let it soak into the skin.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, it's real strong too. I love it.
Here's what I'm saying. Don't trust these reviews. Go buy the game for yourself.
But wait,
No, stop. I gotta keep defending this guy. That's fair.
It is fair.
If you can't trust the mainstream reviewers with the recognition that they're all bought, let's be real, we all know this. It's true, we didn't need him to tell us, but we. Indeed, the best advice is to indeed buy it for yourself, play it, and if you decide, oh man, this is gonna be fucking dog shit, you can return it to GameStop. I mean, I assume you'll get it from GameStop, right? I mean, surely we still. Is it still a thing
it
for
is
the kids to go to brick and mortar stores? Do we do that anymore?
Kind of.
I do that. I mean, got to get those deals.
Mm-hmm. By the way, this sake is not too.
And then you return it. I can't pour drinks for shit. I always burn my throat. Awful.
Oh,
feels bad, man.
But you should buy the game for yourself and see how it is.
And that's fair.
Because
let's go back to Death Stranding. I know everything relates back to Death Stranding. I'll keep doing this. This is going to be a
Death Stranding is the best
theme on the stream. Is Gene's TV's talking about Death Stranding again? This is just like Death Stranding.
It is.
So this is literally just like Death Stranding, because a bunch of people were talking shit about it, but it became clear that they hadn't actually played the fucking game. They had watched like a clip, and then they like rolled off to shitpost about it. That happened a lot, and you can recognize those people didn't play Death Stranding, and it showed.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of how you have to. I would say you have to be more wary of the internet people opinions, because
you gotta be wary of the mob,
because there's people that just don't like it, and like even in a Video Game Donkeys video, I don't know if you've seen it about Death Stranding, but
he doesn't even like JRPGs.
He doesn't, and this is the thing.
Doesn't.
This guy, Mark Dice, or not Mark Dice. It's like Mark After Dark or something like that. He does stream a lot on Twitch, but he has a YouTube channel, and he went over Video Game Donkey's video about Death Stranding, and he was like, "Oh well, this isn't remotely what the game is about. This isn't how the game works." And it shows that you didn't
have to see. I don't even have to see Donkey's video to know he probably did what every other. I mean, dare I utter the word clout chasing dipshit does when playing Death Stranding, because I've seen the clips. I've seen people make clips of, they got a whole bunch of stuff on their back, and then they like trip and die, and the cargo goes down a river, and it's like, it's funny. I clapped because I thought it was funny, because I know how the mechanics of the game works. But then I realized there's probably 10 other people watching the same clip, and they're like, oh man, what a shitty game.
Yeah, I don't. What a
shitty game.
If we have enough time next week, we'll cover that. That'll be our topic for next week.
Oh, we're not doing a Death Stranding stream, not yet. No.
Oh, okay. We gotta stave it off for.
It's gonna be something you guys will put up with for about 10 more episodes, and then we'll eventually get to it. But for now, you're gonna have to listen to me say this is just like Death Stranding, and you guys just have to deal with it.
That's fair.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go play God of War for myself, and if I decide to do a review on it, and I'm going to tell you guys the honest truth about the game. I mean, I have much more credibility as a game critic than most mainstream media outlets.
Wrong. It's just, don't say that.
Let me go.
Because when you say it, it sounds
weird.
Awful.
Yeah, it sounds off-putting. Here,
everyone has more credibility than the mainstream video game journalist cult. This is no. You don't have to tell us. Just tell us you'll put out your own review. You don't have to make a plug for your credibility. Nobody's asking about. Nobody asked for your gamer card. You've already established you are a big fan of the franchise, and I can respect that. Means make your review, but don't go out of your way to flash your embroidered
your gamer
cred.
Exactly.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah, don't worry, he does.
I mean, I actually tell you what is good about the game and what is bad about the game. I don't just sugarcoat everything and say, this is perfect and this is perfect and, you know, therefore the game is perfect.
Have you played God of War, by the way? This newest one?
Well, I'm not a PlayStation guy. I know I said I had a bunch of PlayStation Blu-rays, but again, that's like for stuff that I actually wanted to play.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
As far as
everyone.
following God of War, of course, it's inescapable that I would know of God of War, you know? And the war and...
Yeah, it's like, I used to be...
Rising is probably the only one that I've, like, finished. Oh, and Devil May Cry 4, like, twice.
Okay.
For some reason.
Okay, they got like a little
For
disconnect.
some reason.
Okay. But yeah, it's weird because I've never been a huge
Game's
PlayStation
over.
person, but it's okay. It's fine. It's a fine series. I played this latest one, and I think if I remember this video correctly, the next one, it'll make more sense. If you haven't played it yet, don't worry. I'm gonna help you understand it because I played through a good portion of it. Because that's all he really covers is the first portion. And I'll preface you before we start it, by the way.
Because I don't want to lie to you guys. I don't want you guys to go out of your way to buy something that you may not like.
By the way, so there's a thing.
I don't want to lie to you guys.
It's a mental thing with me. People that generally say how honest and trustworthy they are generally are the least trustworthy people ever.
No, it's true. I never brag about how honest I am. Never do.
You never say, dude, you can trust me. I'm the guy that you can trust.
Dude, trust me. Citation, dude, trust me.
Yeah, that's my source. Dude, trust me. That's pretty much this. This is it right here. Dude, trust me. I'm not gonna lie to you. The game's just not good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think there's like all kinds of like psychology studies on that crap. I'm not an expert in.
That's right. We're not experts, but you could place
there
two.
There are tells. People's speech. Because obviously his videos aren't scripted. That's a rant. It's a rant.
Yeah, this is a rant. Don't worry.
Dude,
the next one will be
from the heart. This is from the heart. This exposes who he really is.
Yeah, the next video will have a script, and that I do know because I know he put it together.
Tone changes.
Mm-hmm.
he's able to actually police his dark
a
innermost tendencies.
Just slightly, only slightly.
Ouch.
Or that may be crap. So that's why I wanted to make this video. Just don't trust these biased mainstream video game outlets. Anyways, this has been Hyrule, and if you guys like what I do, then be sure to subscribe to the channel.
And by the way, the plugs last for like a whole minute, so that's pretty much the end of the video. The plugs last for a solid while, and it just doesn't get better. Oh,
All right, so we'll skip that.
Yeah, don't worry. As you can see, there's a bunch here.
I was about to say, don't put me through it, please.
Okay, so that was the first video of this trilogy. Okay, so he wants you to take your time and don't buy this game. You guys can figure it out. Just buy it for yourselves, and if you don't want to do that, I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna review it for you. And
because I am so much more trustworthy.
I am more trustworthy.
Damn shills.
Than everyone else.
Everyone's so stupid. Everyone but me.
Everyone's stupid, but not me, not the Hyrule Bard. Okay, so
this is going to be the review.
This is the actual review right here. So as you see it, I just paused it. That's why I was doing the circly thing.
No, it's all good, all good. I'm just trying to get myself mentally prepared for this undertaking.
Oh yeah, if you need to take a second, then don't worry. We can.
Oh no, I'm here. I'm in it.
Oh yeah, the stream is terrible. I don't know what it is, but the Wi-Fi today is just tragic.
Oh my god, you're doing this on Wi-Fi. What are you doing?
It's been fine before, but what I'm going to do the next one is I'm going to make sure it's plugged in. Make sure it's plugged in.
You're running connections to your Google Drive.
Exactly.
You're running another connection to YouTube. You've got 5, 10 Google Chrome tabs open.
I don't think I have that many. Come on.
You've got
God
20.
damn it.
You've got 20 Chrome tabs open.
I probably should.
110% of your memory is being used. The hard disk is at 100%.
Here, I got an idea. This will help save it. Since I'm being called out, I cannot believe this. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, we can start this review. I am not really ready myself, but just let's get it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fine.
No, it's not gonna be fine.
By the way, you guys are gonna get to see his avatar today.
Oh, please.
Now, I am by no means an artist, and the person that drew it, her name is Carly. She's really nice.
Oh, Carly, I'm so sorry.
But I am so goddamn sorry.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm sorry, Carly.
Don't scream. That's my only advice.
I love God of War.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. It just happened. It just came out of nowhere.
You know what? Hey, keep at it, Carly. Godspeed.
I love her to.
Godspeed.
I love her to death. I just. I'm sorry. It doesn't add anything to this. I know. Okay, the sake's hitting me a little bit. Let's keep going.
Jesus Christ,
As a longtime fan of these games, having owned the originals on the PS2, then the HD collections on the PS3.
Are you saying the OC doesn't go away?
God of War 3 remastered for the.
No, it's.
Is this going to be up the entire time?
No. It will not be up the entire time. This is not a necro
distracting
video.
now. I was controlling myself for a second, but now it's overstaying its welcome.
Okay, yeah, give me a second. The sake is not too strong, but it's getting stronger.
To be fair, the character
4.
has 5 fingers. Oh, fingers, a thumb. Actually, no.
I want you to count that again, and you give me an answer, Jeans.
Oh, it's a fist with a finger sticking up. Look.
It is 6 fingers.
He's raising a fist. He has a fist, and there's a finger coming out of his knuckle. Oh, God damn it, you did this to me. No, keep going. Damn you.
I have to say that this new God of War game is a disappointment.
Okay, it's a disappointment. Okay.
Okay. No.
So, yeah, I'm just letting you get it.
He set the bar. Verdict is disappointment. Now he's going to tell us why.
Yes.
It feels like
It's
more
better
of a
than
Dark
the
Souls clone
opening
than-
saying this game sucks.
Oh yeah.
Let's give him credit.
Oh yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry. He says this game is a disappointment.
It feels like more of a Dark Souls clone than an actual God of War game.
You know that meme that everything is Dark Souls? This is the meme.
Unfortunately, it was really popular with I think pretty much everybody.
Except for me, I can't beat a Dark Souls game. I can't even beat the first
you
boss.
you don't have to beat it to like it. Come on.
Okay, fair enough.
Most people don't even play video games and they're fans of them.
Oh yeah, that's right. Persona 5. Oh, damn it. I shouldn't have
Don't
said
fuck
it
with
out
Persona fans. They don't even play the games.
loud. This is true.
Elements of Uncharted and the new Tomb Raider sprinkled on for good measure. It's not that this is the worst thing cinema.
How you doing, chat? How we doing tonight? Seems the commander is not in the base. So, oh no, he's back.
We're doing it. Okay. Fixed. Got it. Brilliant.
Were we down again?
We were. Don't worry, I fixed it. I plugged it in. We are
Bro.
100% on Ethernet. I fixed it. Don't worry, I'm recording too. So
Turn off the Wi-Fi. You son of a...
I do need to.
Are you doing this? You're embarrassing us.
I am. Wait, doing even better than the Wi-Fi. That's right.
Oh, you don't even have a recording of this, do you?
I do. I recorded it from where it first disconnected, so it's
Good.
it's
Good.
all-
We'll have to upload a recording at some level.
It'll probably look a lot better.
We can premiere the recording tomorrow,
I
so
don't know.
everybody can miss. So everybody can get caught up on the side banter that took place during the blackouts.
During the blackouts, yeah, that's true.
Jesus
Maybe,
Christ.
maybe we might have it. It's okay. It pretty much like disconnects and then comes right back. It's fine. It's okay.
especially in these exclusive AAA titles. That entire subgenre has definitely overstayed its welcome, and I think a lot of you...
I'm just gonna point out that he went from high resolution to low resolution really quick.
Really?
Yeah, check it out. You see how high resolution he is right here?
Very crisp.
Yeah, very crisp. And then he just immediately,
The blur.
immediately goes down.
It's here. No, it's OpenGL rendering. That's all.
OpenGL rendering. This is it.
And those were the days.
This is peak. These are like
It's technology.
I can't do it today.
I think a lot of you will agree with me that we want to see something new and fresh, because this isn't the direction that I wanted to see God of War take. The combat feels much slower and clunkier compared to any other God of War game.
That's what I don't understand. What does the word clunkier mean? What does clunk? Like you're like, oh, the controls are clunky.
No, clunky. Yeah, clunky's always been a very hard thing to really measure. I mean, let me see if I can try to come up with like an explanation for what clunky is. I mean, think about the other God of War games, right?
Mhm.
Well, think about those button mashing hack and slashes in general. Usually, you have a lot of mobility. You can chain together a whole bunch of moves. You throw your enemies in the air, combo them in the air, combo for 20 years. It's until you get bored and finally, let the enemy die. Poor thing had no health for a very long
For
time. You
about
just kinda held him
like
there.
2 whole
You held him
minutes.
there to get your hit combo thing up. You held him there, poor little bastard. But the point is, the little hack and slash games, at least in the style of God of War and Devil May Cry, focuses on speed and mobility, and you vary it up with all kinds of cool moves and chains.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Uh,
so
when he talks about-
Fantafrock said, clunky can be described as awkward controls, where your inputs don't feel as responsive and accurate as they should.
That's right. So
That wasn't
in this
exactly
case,
my
with the-
entire experience with God of War. When I played this new one, it was very responsive. Despite the 30 frames per second cap, it was every button that I pressed was the exact button I pressed.
I'm saying that the disconnect he's feeling is coming from this
Yeah, from the
the
fluid,
old God of War games
Yeah, the
to
fluid
this
motion.
new style where you press a button and you're locked into this animation, and you press another button, you're doing a really dope kick to the monster's nose, but you're kind of stuck there watching it play out, and you're like, oh shit, I really wish I was doing a combo right now. I was moving around right now, but no, I'm stuck in it. Damn. It's because it was at least from what I'd seen. Again, I have not played it, but again, I can visually pick up on kind of some of the cues for at least the classic God of War game.
He'll bring them up here.
Coming into this one, it's
really
like it
soon.
does look a little more heavy, heavy-handed, like a so game.
Yeah, so type game. Yes, I believe so.
So
Yeah, you can't really jump in this game. I think the last time I played it, I don't think you can jump.
a so game.
Yeah, it's a Soul style game.
So I mean, I see where he's coming from.
Oh, don't worry, we all will. But you're
Like a
gonna watch
soap
this deteriorate because that video was a day before this one,
Oh,
and then when you see the next video, the last in this trilogy, then you'll see what I'm really talking about. The meat of
madness
this.
comes out.
Yeah, absolutely, it does.
There's no stamina bar, but you have a shield to parry now, and every battle feels drawn out and methodical. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it seems to have lost the sheer intensity that made the other games such classics. Another sort of odd design choice is the removal of jumping and aerial attacks, which is something I loved about the older games.
Big ups are
It's too
Oder.
complicated.
All right.
Verticality is very, very hard to grasp for your average casual gamer.
Oh yeah, that's why
You add verticality to the equation, it's just a whole new world.
it is. That's why Call of
Very-
Duty stopped doing anything
very
that has to do with like exosuits or anything that has to do with wall running and things like that, or getting up to higher vantage points. That's why those games stopped being a game. I liked it. I think it was Advanced Warfare, the one where you had the exosuits.
If I wanted to do stupid little shenanigans like that, I'd play Quake 3.
Oh yeah,
Just by the way, I saw that trend coming, and I was sitting there like, man, all these mobility options. It's almost like Call of Duty is finally coming back home to Quake.
yeah. That's because that's what they
And
use
that's
the engine
kind
off of.
That's kind of inconvenient.
Yeah,
That's not what I play COD for.
exactly. You don't play it for you don't play it for your arena shooter. You just
Quake for Quake mobility. Whoa! why can't we rocket jump yet?
Whoops.
Damn it!
Oh, damn it! Oh, and then everyone hated it. Is the verticality.
I mean,
That's why no one plays Quake Champions. You don't see people playing Quake Champions right now.
well, no, I didn't play Quake Champions because it became a hero shooter.
Oh yeah, it's
If you want to know why I avoided that, having played Quake
because
Live,
the Lizard Man was the strongest character because all you have to do is spit on someone with the acid, and that's the entire game.
You know,
Yeah, it was that.
because the game sucks.
Yeah, essentially the long and short of it. Yeah. It was
man.
it was not my best experience ever, I could say. But when is it ever?
You fight every enemy on the ground now, and there's not any variety when it comes to the enemies. You fight the same exact enemies. And this is a huge letdown because this is supposed to be following Norse mythology, which I was really looking forward to all the different types of bosses and enemies, but no. Also, another thing about this game that I really don't like is the fact that you can skip bosses.
Now, you cannot skip bosses in this game.
Really?
Yeah, so he means that there's optional bosses. Like there's optional bosses that aren't like, like big, like they're not like roadblocks, but when you get to it's like at the very beginning of the game when you meet the mysterious stranger who you find out the real identity later, spoilers. But when you fight him, you can't skip that fight. You can't skip that boss battle. It has to happen. It's one of the things that moves the plot forward.
Right.
But there are like if you
stuff.
like you've played, I hate to use this analogy, but when you play Dark Souls, there are some bosses that you can skip.
No. What are you doing? You don't relate to me at all.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No. When playing Death Stranding,
That's right. That does happen.
indeed, you don't have to fight every BT.
Yeah.
If you get dragged into a fight with a BT, you can just run away.
Yeah.
You don't have to beat the living crap out of every single one. You can just run away.
Yeah.
Very thought-provoking gameplay element.
Yeah. Like it's kind of the same thing. You don't have to fight every boss, but there's bosses that you do have to fight, like to progress the story. But there's no, you can't skip boss fights. You can't skip them. I don't know where he came up with that from. Oh wait, he's played the game. He knows. Okay.
Like seriously, why is this even a feature?
Mindset.
Are people just afraid of a challenge? Also, what doesn't help this game is the camera placement, which is all up on Kratos'
The camera is
ass.
probably the biggest change.
Yeah, the camera. Now, to be fair, the camera, like what he brought up, it does f with you in a couple of these fights, like this one that he's showing here. It does not help you fight this guy at all because
Does the camera ever like come out like the classic games or
no, it stays like it's pretty much like this. So he is right that it is all up on his ass. He does make a very valid point.
it's on his ass?
It's on his ass. But yeah, you can't really change the camera view because if you could, that would make this game almost baby easy.
Right.
But you have to kind of fuck with it a little bit.
and that is a problem as the camera jerks around during combat, thus making the combat feel even more clunky, and there is no control of the camera at all. I honestly would have went with the third-person camera controls from Devil May Cry 4 or
Pick up our controls.
Bayonetta, which I can honestly say those games have the best camera controls for any third-person action game ever. Now, I will say that the combat itself is satisfying enough, but it still feels painfully similar to, you guessed it, Dark Souls.
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. You know,
Not wrong. This is the plight of the old God of War fan, the action game fan, that is seeing his franchise kind of descend into reinventing itself, but reinventing itself in a way that's like, wait a minute, this is nothing like the old product. You know, this is nothing like the old Coca-Cola that I liked. What is with this new Coca-Cola?
yeah, it's kind of like that.
I don't really like new Coke.
I want
It's like,
Pepsi Blue.
what's his
back.
alternative? What's his alternative?
Dark
you know?
Souls 2.
Besides to make this video and say Dark Souls
Dark Souls.
a few times.
He has Dark
But
Souls 3.
He's not wrong. I get it. I get where he's coming from.
Oh, don't
This
worry.
God of War is not God of War in the classic sense, but rather a new Dark Souls
Mm-hmm.
with the God of War IP. I get it. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Use the right shoulder buttons for light and heavy attacks, a la Dark Souls. L1 blocks like usual, but holding L2 and pressing R2 throws his axe to be implanted in an enemy or object. Pressing triangle retrieves it like Thor's hammer. I will say that the axe itself is an alright game mechanic, but still not as memorable, brutal, and captivating as the Blades of Chaos. Also, the Blades of Chaos are unlocked later in the game, however, the weapon has been awkwardly dumbed down to fit this new style of gameplay. At times, the game feels way too easy.
The game is more time consuming than it is easy.
Is he in time consuming?
Like, so this boss that he's fighting, this boss that you have to beat, so you can't
time,
skip
don't
this
it?
boss. You have to sit there and like kind of fight him for like a solid like 10 minutes. So he says that they're long and drawn out. Yeah, that's true, but they're not easy. So it really can't be both, because long and drawn out just means you're wasting a lot of time, and then easy means that, oh well, then you can just beat it in like 3 hits. This thing takes forever.
I've had some easy boss fights that take just forever. It's like you know how it works. You know how the pattern works. But again, like the enemy is either too tanky or God knows you keep fucking it up.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly it drags out, which should be a, three cycle fight into 10, and you're just like, eh.
Yeah, and that's kind of the problem.
It's
So at least
easy.
in this one,
But it's drawn out.
yeah, they kind of crank up the tankiness of every character that you fight, regardless of almost any upgrades that you do.
You.
Yeah, it's weird.
There were some boss fights where all I had to do was throw and retrieve my axe. This is laughable compared to the difficulty of the older games.
Because our older games, that boss that he was just fighting is not terribly easy to beat. But, whatever.
It was to him.
Yeah, oh yeah, according to him, it was.
At some level, it's like he used it for a reason. I'd hope he used it for that reason.
Kratos has a son now, and I do like the father and son dynamic. In one of the scenes, Kratos tries to teach Atreus about controlling his anger and not letting it consume him, which I guess is a good lesson to teach, but at the same time, this is unlike anything I was expecting from Kratos, which
So he hates character
But that's not a
development.
bad thing. I was about to say, but that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I think you
It's
might
great
say
that he's got this development. This is amazing.
Oh yeah, don't worry. Here, let me play it a little bit more for you.
is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because we get to see more character development from Kratos. That Kratos has changed and become more of a fatherly figure than just a broken warrior. However, the only bad thing to this is the fact that this takes away everything we've come to know about Kratos.
But that's character development.
It's an older Kratos, a more sober Kratos in a foreign land. That's interesting. That's cool. I like that.
like,
Please, let's explore old dad Kratos.
yeah, that's
It
kind
doesn't
of
it
the
doesn't
whole
have to be
thing.
angry Kratos all the time. It doesn't have to be.
Well,
Like that
that's
type of
kind
development I can defend.
that's kind of like the reason why I think that more people like this game. Like, they don't hate the older games. They don't hate, God of War 1 through 3 and then that weird Ascension game. They like this game because it's a new look at a character that they've already seen before.
That's good.
So
This
like,
is a good
so
thing.
like his ability to not be able to jump is kind of like, in a way, to me, it's kind of believable. Like, oh well, this old man, like, sure, he's strong, but like jumping is probably just not in his, his tool set anymore. He just can't. Now, I mean, obviously, we're in a game of like not realism at all, because we're talking to giant dragon water shits again, but like, that's
Sure,
the whole thing.
he's a toned down Kratos.
Yeah, he's a very
Okay,
toned
sure.
down character. But it's like, but
I'll give you
now
that.
you get to, but that's the thing, is like, even when you get done fighting the mysterious stranger at the beginning of the game, which is a good boss fight for me. I enjoyed it. Like, Kratos is literally on his last legs trying to fight this dude who is literally almost a god. It's like,
Not yet.
boy, it was intense. I liked it. I don't know.
Very
Like,
good.
that's kind of the thing, is like, you get to see how, like, Kratos is not like this almost omnipotent being that can just destroy.
Well, I'd say
anymore.
in this case, from a gameplay perspective, maybe the game is disappointing when put up against its peers, right?
Yeah, I would say that.
But from a development, from a story perspective, it seems to be on point.
It is exactly.
What more could you want?
Oh, don't worry.
Surely
we've got-
you don't want a rehash of the original games, except with Norse gods.
Well, which
Pissed again, and Kratos goes on a rampage on the Norse gods. Oh,
Oh, okay. So we get to play the same arc again. That's what happened with Bleach, and that didn't work out so great for them on the anime side of things.
oh my God! How many times can we do this in Bleach?
No, as many as it
How many
takes.
times can we beat Ichigo to near death,
Until he
only for
learns
him
a
to
new
look deeper into himself and discover a new power?
to save his friends. About 4 times. 4 times, 3 times too many, actually, I would say.
I can't do this shit anymore.
And everything that was established about him in the previous games. As for Atreus, the only thing you can really say about this character is that he is going through a metamorphosis. He's trying to grow up and adapt. And I think that Kratos does a really good job of letting him understand what he did wrong and try to help him fix his mistakes. So yes, I do like the father and son dynamic.
Do you know why that he's trying to learn and going through a metamorphosis, Hyrule? It's because at the beginning of the game, he's trying to help him hunt. So Kratos is trying to help Atreus hunt. And that, like, the whole thing is when you're hunting this sheep or this deer creature, you mess it up the first time, and he disciplines him and says, no, we have to go fucking walking across all this shit to go find it again. And then he tells him how to hunt properly. It's a means of survival, because what if Kratos isn't around anymore? Atreus is gonna probably not have anybody around. He has to learn to be self-sufficient. That's kind of like the first, like, quarter of the game.
Fair.
Like, I remember playing it, and I was like,
Well,
okay,
it does seem Hyrule recognizes this, even if he didn't go to such depth. But I'm assuming his next line is going to be a but, right?
Let's see.
He seemed to concede that this was a good dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. The next thing that's going to come out of his mouth is but.
In this game, my only issue with the story is that it just does not feel like a God of War game.
Yeah, there's the but for you.
It wasn't word for word,
No,
but
yeah, I mean, yeah,
more or less, that's what I was looking for.
it doesn't feel like a God of War game.
Story dynamic, but it's not God of War. No, the only thing that's not God of War here is the gameplay.
Yeah,
I'll give him for that. But story-wise, this seems to be a great continuation and an unexpected direction for God of War, and a good one. And that's a good thing.
That's a good thing, and it's a good thing. I like that. That should be our catchphrase, and that's a good thing.
And that's a good thing. It belongs to the journalist, though. It belongs to the clickbait.
Oh, that's right.
Every cutscene just feels like it drags on and on. Like, I've already been playing this game for 10 hours, and
Too much story.
most of the game has just been cutscene after cutscene.
I didn't have that many cutscenes. I don't know where he's getting this idea.
Too cinematic. Too cinematic.
Apparently.
Don't care. Didn't watch. Don't care. Didn't watch. Also, I fell asleep on my couch.
There's not that many cutscenes, and even
You
if
know
they
what?
are,
You know what games? You know what games people say there's too many cutscenes in?
Don't say it.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say the word. I'm gonna say it.
What game?
Death Stranding.
Oh, damn it.
If it didn't have those cutscenes literally explaining the world, word for word, what's happening, why these things are happening, and how these things happen, I assure you there'd be people saying, I didn't understand Death Stranding's story at all. Man,
Yeah, because they didn't broadcast it to you the entire time.
You know? But no, Kojima, like almost making his games are like idiot proof. His games go through great pains to tell you exactly what's happening and why. So you don't walk away saying, but why does that happen? Like I had somebody ask, why do you get rained on? You know?
Like, why am I aging so quick?
Death Stranding.
It's explained in the second cutscene.
If the rain ages you, why doesn't Sam just turn to dust when he slips in a river? And it's like, look, fucker, there's no shit voiced dialogue that tells you the effect stops. The effect of the time fall stops as soon as it makes contact with the ground. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's voiced. I think Hartman explains it. His face. Hey, this is how time fall works. And yet, you know, people who didn't play the game went out of their way to say, yeah, but what if it works like that? No, it doesn't, by the way.
By the way, play the game.
If you played the game, it'll tell you it doesn't work that way.
Exactly.
You son of a bitch.
Like, I understand you're trying to tell us a story, but at the same time, you have to give us a break from that and let us explore the game and see what it has to offer. Now, the open world is sort of a faux open world, where you mostly just find diverging pathways leading to chests and other collectibles.
But they never claimed...
I love collectibles.
Like, they never said it was an open world game, though. Like, it can't possibly be. Especially, like, this is the thing about modern technology, is you can't
I don't know what
really
word
make
he
it that
used.
way.
I don't know what word he used. I wasn't paying too close attention.
A faux open world?
World. I mean, it doesn't seem like he really committed to the term open world. It seemed to be open world with conditions.
Yeah. Like, it's
open world-esque. Maybe.
Maybe.
Or not at all.
It's really not.
Maybe you still have to move towards the cutscene at the end of the area to progress.
You really do.
There we go. See, nailed it.
That's all it is. You complete each room, each area, and then you move on to the next one. That's it.
Little
That's
side paths. You can grab a little collectible or two. Maybe
and that's it.
That's fair.
You constantly loot fallen enemies like most action RPGs, plus there's a crafting system along with skill trees. This all just seems like too much to throw into a God of War game.
So
padding. It's just padding.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just they throw in your dumb shit, and if they didn't have it, then they'd complain that there isn't a crafting system. So it's really a catch-22. That's all it really boils down to.
System, they'll complain it's just a hack and slash game.
Yeah, and then you're like, okay, well, we added in a crafting system and more armor and weapon, additives, so you guys can, change up how you play. And that's kind of how they've done it, is they made it to change how you play. So you don't have to upgrade certain things. You can choose to have this high strength things, or you can have a high defense thing. It's all based on how you play.
Upgrade the pistols every time and just shoot everything to death. Hell yes.
If Kratos had pistols in this game, do you think it'd be better?
Was that DMC? Was that DMC?
Yes.
You could upgrade the individual weapons?
Yes.
Yeah, I upgraded the shit out of the pistols.
They're
I
underrated.
shot so much stuff to death. Have you really played DMC if you just complete it with the pistols? Is it really how you play an action game like that? Like,
Yes.
Really? I mean, I guess maybe. Actually, I finished that game too. Damn. And I was still disappointed by it. So I mean, if anything, my credibility is intact.
The old games keep it simple. Power up your weapons to get more moves. The new God of War is only making this more complicated to have a false sense of depth in the gameplay. As for the graphics are perhaps the best thing about this game, but that's not saying much because I have seen better graphics in a PlayStation 4 game.
The graphics in this game...
What game?
Oh, here.
Like Uncharted 4, which is one of the best looking PlayStation 4 games out there.
Sony title.
So I think when this game came out, Senua's Sacrifice, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, was out already. And if I remember correctly, that was praised by everybody. That Ninja Theory had nailed down the most realistic looking game out.
Ninja Theory can do some pretty crazy stuff.
They can, except for DMC Devil May Cry.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, I mean, it looked good. It's just...
It spit in the face of literally everything.
I was about to say, I don't know who screwed them when it came to the development of DMC. Like, Devil May Cry, the reason I was disappointed with DMC was because it had no class. I know it's a silly thing to say, but, like, Dante in those other Devil May Cry games has a degree of class, you know? He's quite a character.
Oh, yeah.
DMC didn't have that.
Yeah, he was.
DMC was like
edgy,
edgy
teen humor.
Edgy, Shadow the Hedgehog, and it's like, all right, this is a Devil May Cry game, but there's no Dante in it. That's weird. It's Dante.
Yeah, it's
Dante.
I played that game and I don't hate it.
I beat it. And it's like, yeah, the gameplay is great.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's the gameplay is tight, but it's like, oh yeah,
it's just everything
story,
else
though.
about it. Yeah, everything else about it is the real tipping point.
Damn. In this case, God of War, it's the opposite. The gameplay is kind of
Yeah, but
is this really God of War? But the story, it seems to have so much polish on it.
It does.
It's like, how can you be upset about it?
Oh well. You gotta let the player roam around in this faux open world. Remember? We can't have things being different. Not too different.
Man, you open chests. Can you believe Kratos it's like playing a Legend of Zelda game. What the hell, man?
Yeah, Dimitri did make a video about this. Our good old friend, the S. Monroe Show, made a video about this.
Can I say trap? Can I say trap on the stream? Is it a slur?
No, trap is not a slur.
Dimitri Trap Monroe.
Canceled.
Oh no!
Canceled him.
You can't be doing this to me.
We're gonna cancel him soon. That son of a bitch and his good looks and his
I got fucking entrapped.
Soft face.
Entrapment.
The cops are showing up. The police is here. I'm gonna get that clip one day. Police is here.
Sound quality and music is also really good. Absolutely no complaints here. So overall, is the new God of War worth playing?
Yes.
Yes, but it's what I wanted from a God of War game.
It's not what he wanted. So, can I buy it?
They were trying way too hard to appeal to fans of the Dark Souls style games, and now it feels like God of War has lost its own identity.
And, you know, that's kind of fair. again, from a gameplay perspective, there needs to be a distinction here. He needs to make that distinction. Story either, so he can't make that distinction.
Don't worry, we're almost there, because like I said, the plugs are pretty much like the last minute of his videos usually, but let's see how far this goes.
While I give it props for trying to be somewhat different with its gameplay and presentation, however, there is nothing about this game that makes it stand out from other AAA games, as these companies once again go for mass market appeal over originality.
Oh, hey,
I know
look,
a lot of people are going
he's
to
angry with
bash
the little
me for
anime, the anime symbol on his head. Look, look at it.
I think I got one now, but it's in much higher resolution.
That's pretty anime.
It's pretty animu.
That's pretty animal. Animango.
Animang. Animangos. Mangoes kind of sound good right about now.
not liking this game as much as they do, but these are my honest thoughts on the game. It's a enjoyable game, yes, but it's far from being unique and is undeserving to be called a masterpiece. So that's my review of God of War on the PlayStation 4. I'd like to know your thoughts on this game in the comment section below.
Okay, so
Now, that last part, let me go ahead and reel you back in for just 2 seconds.
Review of God of War on the PlayStation 4. I'd like to know your thoughts on this game in the comment section below.
You're late.
That's it. That's all I wanted to know. That's right there. What
Let
he
me
just
know.
said.
Let me know your thoughts in the comments
Yes.
below.
What do you
And
think
you know
that
that
entails?
is really, it's how do we say this? Pandora's box.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
really the invitation to one's own execution
Oh yeah.
at some level.
And that's what happens.
And madness sets in.
Yeah. Okay. So those videos, those first two that we just saw, those were a day apart. Okay. So
Well, he set the table.
yeah, he is essentially, he invited you in on the first video, and then he set the table in this second one, and now you're getting ready to have your last supper with him, if you will. This is the last
Your last supper.
And boy, goddamn it, does this get good, because you guys were voicing your opinions and you told him what you thought in the comments section and you disliked his video. How dare you? How fucking dare you?
This isn't a discussion. This is an execution.
This is where he goes off. So
Well, that was a line that I held back on with the what thing.
Mm-hmm.
If what the what came at us, I was gonna throw this line on you. I was gonna be like, "This isn't a discussion. This is an execution." But he didn't. He didn't come at us, so it was okay. Everything was fine, and everybody went on their merry way. But I'm happy I didn't have to use that weapon.
Not
That
yet.
was a weapon.
Not yet, anyway.
This isn't a discussion. What?
Don't worry,
This
we're
isn't
gonna hear about it
execution.
in another week or two. He's making like 5 videos at a time, so we'll give him
He's
the chance.
thinking about it. Some
Yeah.
scripts. Writing some scripts.
Yeah, he's gonna talk very ill about us soon, and I'm
Nerds.
sure he's gonna be real happy. So
How do you criticize a loud, dumb idiot like me? Like, how does that happen?
how could this be happening to me? How can I make this about myself?
I'm in charge here.
This is the final video. This is the last in this trilogy, and as you'll notice, this is longer than the other 2 videos. Now,
How long is it?
This is a 10-minute video.
Oh God.
This is gonna be the best one. You're gonna love it. Trust me.
How's it going, everybody? This is Hyrule here, and this will be my last video talking about the new God of War.
Really is the end of a trilogy.
This is the end of the trilogy.
He literally says it's the last one. All right, cool. Hey, I respect that. I
This
respect
is
that.
essentially going to be an address video to those who disagree with me.
That's
Woo!
I
Hyrule, no!
I told you. See, look, you can.
Necro, get time machine. Get the time machine. We gotta go back. We gotta tell them to do it.
I would love to have told him
Let
that.
it go. Just let it go. if you must disable comments. We'll call you a bitch. But at least you didn't make a video about it.
You know, funny story. He did. He disabled likes and dislikes on this video. I'm pretty sure.
Every time. You hate to see it.
You do. He disabled the likes and dislikes on this video for like the first couple of
it.
days that it was out, and then he re-enabled them after people criticized him for it. I was there.
Christ.
I remember.
Talk about caring too much about what people think. Like a certain someone.
Okay. Yeah, and oh boy. So
What?
So the past two videos that you just saw, those were they were roughly about 50-60% ratio. So that means there was a good bit of dislikes to his likes, but they weren't negative. They were just really goddamn close. This one was worse than those other two. And you'll find out right now.
This is from the first video as well as the second
Response
video.
videos in general
Now, the first-
are dumpster fires. I mean, let's be real.
They are. They could go one of two ways. Either really good or really bad. And this one was in the really bad side. You're going to learn a lot.
No, proceed.
You're
Don't
gonna learn a lot
let me
about
hold you
Hyrule.
back.
First
Don't let me
video
hold you back.
is the video where I'm discussing the perfect scores that were given to this game by the mainstream reviewers. And I basically talked about their bias, which I should have been more clear on that. I will give you guys that much credit.
I'm going to give you guys that much credit.
Some credit.
You guys,
You fucking haters.
you guys just called me out for this, but I'm going to give you some credit. Like, sure. Don't worry. We're getting there. We're going to make this one a quick one.
I should have been a lot more clear in that video, but mainly what I was trying to get at is the mainstream gaming media is biased as fuck because all they care about is getting their
We know
reviews
this.
out there
We know
as
this.
quickly
Come on,
as
man.
possible.
Proceed, please.
We know this. Wait, when will Necro stop
Clear.
the bully and hate? I kind of almost exist for that, almost exclusively now. Apparently, I need to make sure that the drama well isn't too dry, as our good friend puts it. I gotta, get something out there, and this is one of those things.
And pretty much appealing to the mainstream crowd, the normies, I like to call them.
Normies!
Effing normies That's a DSP quote, by the way. Oh God, I need to add that to my soundboard. Effing normies
And the
Oh, my
reason
throat's
why I
actually
consider
shot.
the
I can't do
normies
it
is
anymore.
Yes, look, that's what'll happen.
Good re-off.
Re-
It was bad.
This video is my favorite because this, like I told you, this was a trilogy of watching someone deteriorate over 1 week.
Absolute insanity.
It's beautiful.
because they don't play games from a technical aspect. They mostly play games as a casual way, you know, like a lot
I
of
get
people
that.
like games.
God of
that-
War can be technical. At its peak, can be technical. But again, I understand where he's coming from. His was it on God of War focus more on the technical aspect. Technical. Damn normies.
Those damn
I
normies
played.
don't play it for real.
I think I played through I played through the entirety of Metal Gear Rising without understanding the parry system. By the way, it was hard. By the way,
I think someone, I can't remember, I don't know if it was in this video or if it was in a different
forced-
Hyrule video, but it was
I
like,
was forced to learn how to parry in the Armstrong fight, which is way too late to learn how to parry. By the way, the final boss is when I was finally forced to learn how to parry. I was in there like, man, this boss fight is bullshit. How am I supposed to do this? And I looked it up and I was like, wait a minute. What the fuck? How did he block that? What Wait a minute. I've been playing this all wrong.
It's a bad situation that could have been prevented. If you
In my defense, I played through Metal Gear Rising again, learning how to parry. So I didn't insult the game completely. I started over. I started the game completely over, and I gave it the credit it was due, and I did beat it as intended.
Oh, you know what?
But
The parry thing.
that first playthrough was brutal.
Okay, so the parry thing I was thinking of, it wasn't this video, it was DSP, and he was upset about Sekiro because he was like, it's like all you have to do is learn how to like parry. You could just parry this, parry that. I gotta find the video one day. We'll go over the
He
lore.
got dunked on.
God, it was beautiful because he complained about it so bad.
That cater to them and will hold their hand throughout the entire experience. And that's become a problem with exclusive AAA games, especially from Sony. Most of the games that Sony has released has gotten perfect scores. And they don't even deserve them because most of these games are not that great.
So they're
This game sucks.
like Uncharted 4 was a long ass game. When I first played it and when everybody first got their hands on it, I played that shit through as soon as I was able to. I played it every night, and it took me from that Monday when it released, I think, that Monday at midnight, and I think I didn't finish it until like Thursday. And that's when everybody started finishing up that game. Uncharted 3, I finished when it came out. I played it all night into the morning until about 6 or 7 o'clock, and then I beat it. So it took me that long to beat that game. Uncharted 4 does not really hold your hand through the entire game. You have to learn some shit. But that game is it's a fucking journey.
I'm having flashbacks to Metal Gear Rising. I think Monsoon is a boss that you have to like do parries, but I somehow like muscled through it, and it was ridiculous. I'm such a piece of shit.
Edgy says, "Imagine not parrying."
Yeah, imagine not parrying. And when he said that, I like thought a little harder. I was like, man, how early do you have to start parrying? And I was like, it was that freaking Monsoon fight, but I didn't parry in that fight. Somehow I got away. I probably had enough healing items like saved up that I was able to, oh my God, yeah, I'd try to outrun him. I'd try to outrun some of his attacks and I'd get away with it. That's the worst part. I'd get away with it. And I just kept etching down his health until I won. God, I was such a stubborn son of a bitch. I'm all wrong to the final boss.
I mean,
at least, hey, you know what? Hey, give me credit. It shows I really love the game.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I say. At least you got through the game, and not many people did.
Game, and then at the end, I sorted my shit out and I finished it.
Mm-hmm. Got it. The true gamer.
Loved it too much to quit.
It was almost to that point today with Cuphead.
God, Sundowner.
It's fine.
Sundowner, I don't think.
You don't
his
think?
Shields?
Oh.
Oh no. No, I didn't.
Oh no. The PTSD's kicking in.
Well, he's fucking invincible for one thing. But you're supposed to use blade mode to like cut through his shields. I think my stupid ass round him, slashing away, light slashing. I'd light slash while running circles around him, which allowed me to evade his counterattacks. And again, whittle his health down. God, I'm such an asshole. Metal Gear Rising was amazing. I loved Metal Gear Rising. Again, I played through it normally after that playthrough, as intended, and it was great. But that first playthrough was incredible.
You had a redemption run. It's
very unique. It was very unique. What a world.
Most of them are the same. Like the new God of War game, I felt that it was a Dark Souls clone with a God of War skin. That's essentially the best way to describe this game. I mean, it controls like Dark Souls. It feels like Dark Souls. It even has RPG elements like Dark Souls. So
Do other games have those things in them? Are they all Dark Souls, or did we Dark Souls? I'm sorry, saying it wrong.
it's a Dark Souls clone. So yeah, that's my opinion. If you guys disagree, that's fine. But
Yeah, if you disagree, but
don't go out of your way to bash me because I have an opinion.
now I want to go ahead and just let you know this. This video, when it came out, no one in any of the past videos bashed him. They were like, "Oh, I actually really like the game." I think,
as usual, bashing means disagreement.
Yeah, that's exactly what it meant. In this particular case, he was like, "Oh, you guys are bashing me," and it's like, "No, like we really like the game." I just, Jesus, this is getting tough.
That
just
is
like
different
Dark
from
Hose.
yours. But nevertheless, I did a review of God of War, which that's my second video. And of course, I got a bunch of dislikes, which I knew that I would get a lot of dislikes.
Got
on
the
video.
dislikes.
I mean, I have more likes now than I do dislikes, but someone fucking spammed 8 dislikes.
This is like a Wings of Redemption video.
This is exactly like a
This sounds like Wings.
right here. I got a sound clip for it.
This is Wings.
Look here! Look, listen!
It's exactly a Wings of Redemption video.
I got people disliking my video, and we gotta get those likes back up. My subscriber count is down.
Like, I mean,
You know,
oh my god.
heard this before from Wings. I know I've heard this like word for word.
Yeah, this is what it turns out to be. And I told you, this is someone over a week's time made these 3 videos. All 3.
Madness.
And this isn't even the worst part
Internet
yet.
insanity.
Someone spammed 8 fucking dislikes on my video. Well, how did they do that? Did they make like alt accounts? Did they have like, I don't know.
Get him! Don't you get it?
Did they get bots? Did they spot?
Yes.
Spam the bots or something?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
on the video. Now, I understand you didn't agree with everything I said, but you don't just go in and just dislike the video.
Yeah, there's an awkward silence for a reason. Okay.
You don't just dislike it, and you don't comment either.
Yeah, you don't comment, and that's why he disabled the likes and dislikes.
You don't comment either.
I hate that I know almost as much about Hyrule that I do DSP. This is
Don't
awful.
don't care, didn't ask, plus you left a dislike.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, you left dislikes.
You know?
Leave a comment. Say why you disagree with me, so that way we can have a discussion here. Don't just go
Why did he
and
read
spam
so
it.
deep into a dislike?
Because so he's gonna get into that in this video. Okay, so this
I'm just saying we got a dislike.
Oh yeah,
And
do
rather
we?
than
I
being
haven't really
rather
checked.
than being shot in the heart,
You better change that dislike to a like.
I gotta chuckle out of it. You guys, it feeds me.
Yeah. You know what?
It feeds me.
Honestly, I think dislikes are they're like the pasta to our fucking noodles here. See, all we do is we give you
What?
the ingredients. We give
Pasta.
everybody.
Yeah.
We give them the pasta sauce, right? So they're the pasta sauce to our wonderful spaghetti here.
Oh, you said pasta
Yeah, I know.
to the noodles.
Look,
What are you doing?
Look, the liquor's setting in. I can't think human right now.
It's Parmesan.
Oh,
It's the Parmesan sprinkle.
oh, damn. See, that was much better than
The
what I was
sauce.
saying.
Remember, there's more sauce than Parmesan. There's more likes to dislikes. Parmesan, very, very lightly added to the plate. of spaghetti, of spaghetto,
Spaghetto.
spaghetto.
Yeah, don't.
That's enough. That's enough about food, though.
Oh yeah, I had pizza.
Problem
so
corrected.
It's correct.
The dislike bar just because you disagree with me. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me so that way we can have a discussion about it.
That way, I can make
And
this 10-minute
I'm
video
debating-
about it.
Yeah, he was actually very upset that you
Damn it.
didn't leave a comment, and he's gonna tell you why, because the history of YouTube.
And
is
for those
important.
of you idiots that did put comments, I'm sure those are going to be addressed as well.
Oh, maybe.
On whether or not I should keep the like and dislike bar.
Wait, he's actually not going
because
to
I'm
respond.
actually lacking in comments.
He doesn't want
This
you to
is
leave.
just about dislikes.
He's like, I don't like, I should just turn off the likes and dislikes so people have to comment. That's essentially what this boils down to, because he wants to have a conversation. He doesn't want you guys to turn tail and run when you leave a dislike. No, you gotta explain yourself, little fucking mister. you gotta make sure you stand up to me. You're gonna fucking puff your chest out.
Gotta really control. And that's what it is. It's a control thing. Gotta really control the narrative here.
Mm-hmm.
The dislikes, every dislike is a narrative.
And don't worry,
Unfolding.
this is only 3.5 minutes in to this 10-minute video. Dear Lord,
Yikes.
what have we done?
Because to me, the best way to give someone feedback is to leave a comment on their video.
Just by the way, I'm gonna. This is a real life thing that happened. I told Hyrule before and after this happened. I said feedback is through likes and dislikes. If you're fucking up, you're gonna get a bunch of dislikes. As we have found out, if you're fucking up, you're gonna get a lot of dislikes. But you should take that feedback and apply it and then use it for your next video. So if you're saying something, oh man, I can see what I've done. It's a self-reflection kind of thing. And as a as a YouTuber, that should be one of the things you focus on. You should focus on your metrics, but I don't focus on them.
It's proof that people don't appreciate your expertly crafted satire.
Oh, that's right. You gotta,
Understand the joke
while not understanding the other joke.
or the content for that matter.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes it just escapes you a little bit. But that's.
It had titties.
This has. Oh, I don't know if this has titties. I don't think this has titties in it. The other ones do.
Well, you know what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, the right kind or the wrong kind? It's fine. They're all good.
Which I understand a
Both.
lot of people don't want to do that, which is fine. You don't have to. But nevertheless, I did my review of God of War. I basically gave my opinion on the game. The first video, I hadn't even played the game because the game wasn't even out yet. So, now that I have played the game, I gave my opinion. I said it was a good game, but it was not a great game.
By the way, when he made that video, the review, he didn't beat the game yet.
Well, I mean, this is all within 3 days, right?
Yeah, he did not beat
Hadn't
the
finished it.
game.
Okay.
He did not beat the game, but he says that he has more credibility than mainstream video games journalists. But typically, even then, that's why Kojima, back again, Death Stranding, you can't review this game until you beat it.
Well, it's absolutely true in the case of Death Stranding. People are like, the story doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Kojima said,
dude,
you're not gonna review it until you beat the game.
You got to beat it to really understand the full picture.
Mm-hmm. And he's better for it.
So, take that in mind. I'll have both of these videos linked in the description so that way you guys will know what exactly I'm talking about.
Too bad that they're gone, along with this video, because he nuked his entire channel. Don't worry, I got these saved for you.
But I just want to clarify myself here when I say that I don't care if you guys enjoy the game. That's fine. If you enjoy it, have fun. But I just find it pathetic that there are those that will attack someone who has a different opinion than them.
Attack? No one
Dislikes?
attacked.
Still attacked.
Attacked. He feels
Attack of the dislikes.
attacked. You guys are attacking
Attack
me
of the dislikes.
on YouTube by dislikes and not leaving comments.
It really says a lot about our society.
This is our YouTube society, sir. You gotta leave those
Hey,
fucking comments.
Here's the thing. Not everyone is going to have the same opinion. Just because you think that something is great doesn't mean that everyone else will think it's great. That's called having an open mind.
If only all of you were free thinkers like myself.
I know. You guys got a free think, but only the way that I say you did. Otherwise, it's hate and attacking. I love it.
And I'm starting to see a lack of that.
Oh! A lack of intelligence. Dumb idiots.
I'm starting to see a lack of that. Why are we getting shamed? This is horrible.
So to the person that said that I have a bias, you also have a bias. Everybody has
That doesn't diffuse this.
Yeah. No, it does.
He has a bias, and I'll tell you exactly what bias it is. I don't even have to see the comments. The bias he has is that he prefers the older style of God of War games. So coming into this new one, his bias for the older games kind of interferes with his appreciation of the new game. And it's yes, everybody has a bias. This is true.
They do. Mm-hmm.
But how you deal with that bias is very important.
Absolutely.
See if he recognizes it.
the bias. If you don't think that everybody has a bias, then you're an idiot. Now, the only problem I have with biases is when people try to push them onto others. I mean, it's fine to have a bias because it's good to have different perspectives. But when you try to force your perspective onto someone else, that's the problem I have. And when I said that these reviewers have a bias, I'm basically saying that they hold their opinions on a pedestal, which that's their job.
I really don't care about the other people's biases. Just tell me about yours.
Well, that's kind of like...
Please, tell me about yours. If people are projecting a bias or assuming your bias, set the record straight. Tell us what your bias is. You're being accused of something. Please, set it straight. I want to know. I don't want to know about these other guys that have biases.
Well,
screw them.
He has more credibility than they do, so, you know...
We all knew that. We all knew that. So tell me about your bias, Hyrule Bard, if any. So that, since you're so honest and trustworthy, tell us what your bias is.
Is to make a review and sell you the game. And to anyone who thinks that this doesn't matter, it actually does, because there are a lot of people
Guess
that
we're not figuring that
follow these reviews and will listen to these people when they say
Just
that
raging
this
about
game is
normies.
great. I mean, how do you think that they are able to sell millions and millions of copies? I mean, reviews are like fucking advertisements.
Normies.
Hell, even my review is an advertisement for the game, because I am talking about the game. Even though I am being negative towards the game, I'm still promoting the game by talking about it.
It's promotion now.
I guess.
Yeah, oh boy. He never answered your question. I don't think he will.
No, he won't. It's about everyone else's biases. Everyone else's biases get in the way.
Mine's the right one.
Whatever that bias is, we don't know.
So it doesn't matter whether you're watching it from another YouTuber, whether you're watching it from IGN.
Like this one?
If you're getting an opinion from somebody and it entices you to buy the game, that's what really matters, because we live in a day and age.
Okay, look, fuckers.
He said day and age, which is another word for society.
Death Stranding won another award, some sort of British cinema whatever award. So let me just make this plug right now. Buy Death Stranding. Buy it.
Yeah,
Buy it right now.
You should. if I had a PlayStation 4, I'd buy
Damn
it.
you all!
But I'll get it on PC.
I can't tell you more. I can't tell you more about the game without spoiling it. But damn it, buy the game, experience the game all the way through, and then use the disc as a frisbee if you don't like it. You at least got a frisbee out of it.
I know.
A frisbee with Norman Reedus's face on it. Like let that sink in.
Got Daryl fucking Dixon from The Walking Dead on your game disc.
Yes. You get something out of this. I promise you.
Multiple
You get
things.
You can carry the BB. You can care for the BB. The BB cries, and you can soothe the BB. And the BB,
Yeah, or
in
a pizza
turn,
cutter. Yeah,
will
you could use
alert
the
you.
disc as a
Will
pizza
alert
cutter.
you to Lovecraftian horrors in your vicinity. Death Stranding is something to be experienced.
I believe so.
Please experience it.
See, that's our advertisement.
That's and we didn't get paid for that either.
Hashtag
We do it for
sponsor
free.
us-
We do it for
sponsor
free.
us, Sony.
We do it for free.
$40 frisbee. I am good.
Yes.
Exactly.
Where game
That's the
companies
mindset.
are more dependent on social media now more than ever, because the more word that gets out about their game, the more it boosts their sales. And
Big ups Boosters. Boosters.
major companies
Boosters.
like Sony know this. That's why they're taking advantage of this, because the more word of mouth
Taking advantage
that
of
gets
us!
out about God of
But I'll
War,
buy it anyway.
the more it boosts their sales.
Boosters again. I love it.
Jesus.
I love it.
So they don't want game reviewers to go out and bash this game. They don't want this game to be considered just a good game. They want to go out of their way to tout this game as the greatest video game of all time. And that's
No, they're not really doing all that. No, come on.
Greatest of all time. Then again,
Come.
every game that comes out is like the best of all time.
Yeah, they say that about Gears 5, but anybody that's played Gears 5 knows that it's just fucking terrible. It's just, it looks great. The game looks amazing, but holy shit, did they take like 10 steps backwards. It's not a good game.
my issue. God of War, like I said, is a good game. But when you look at the game on a technical aspect, what makes this game any different from Uncharted, from Tomb Raider, from fucking Dark Souls?
Point. It's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate that it has to be surrounded by this cloud of controversy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Of three days in a row of raging about God of War. It's unfortunate.
It is. Truly.
What does this game do that is different and that is innovative? My problem with the game...
Wait. The argument now has shifted. To,
It's not innovative enough.
Okay.
Oh geez, now I'm gonna start sweating. How many God of War games were there? How many?
There's like 7, I think. Maybe there's like what? So there's the first 3 that are the original trilogy. They had Ascension, then they had the 2 for
Right.
the PSP, so that's 6. And then this
But
was the 7th one.
How do these games innovate between each other? Between each game, how do they revolutionize the field? Because that's what we're going for, right? We have to reinvent the fucking wheel every time a sequel comes out, right?
You know, sometimes what I've believed, especially in the case of Call of Duty, is less is more, because they keep adding shit to something in Call of Duty, and then it ruins it.
I was about to say less is more in Call of Duty. Yeah, they keep shipping less and less.
Oh yeah, they keep
for the main game for the
Yeah,
main
they do.
game with every entry.
They do that too. But like Call of Duty 4, if they just re-released, not remastered, just re-released Call of Duty 4 with the original graphics, and they cleaned up the servers and they had all this DLC, game of the goddamn century. Free idea, because people love it.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
Because
We all love
remastered is terrible.
What?
Remastered
No,
is
no.
awful.
I'm all about the idea of remastered. The problem is it was attached to another fucking game.
Oh, that too. That's another.
To get the new Call of Duty 4, you had to buy Call of
It
Duty?
was Infinite Warfare. I'll never forget.
You had to buy Infinity War, and that turned me off to it immediately. I was like, yeah, no way.
Now, to
No
be
way.
fair, I liked
And
Infinite
then
Warfare.
they offered it separately later, like way too late later.
Oh yeah, too late in
And
its
even
life
that's like,
cycle,
what,
and they still
40
ruined it.
bucks? $40? It was like $40.
I think it was 30.
And I said, oh, fuck no.
Yeah.
Too high. It was too high for such an old game.
Mm-hmm.
I said, no. And again, like, do they even have dedicated servers for remastered?
I think
Probably not.
On
There's
that,
no way.
I don't think that they brought them back for that game yet. I think
Of course not.
I think
Of
Modern
course
Warfare,
not.
this newest one, has dedicated servers. The other ones did not.
It took them a fucking decade to bring back dedicated servers.
Because they had them in Call of Duty 4 where they had dedicated servers, and then when Modern Warfare 2 came out, they took them away. And from that point forward, they never had.
It's the thing with Modern Warfare 2. Man, we're really going to do a tangent here.
Oh, yeah.
Modern Warfare 2, they promised us dedicated servers, and then it didn't happen. I remember this because, again, I was very invested in Modern Warfare. The dedicated servers were a very big deal for me in how long-lasting Call of Duty 4 was. And Modern Warfare 2, we were promised it, and then it didn't happen. And it was like, well, okay, that's shitty, but maybe we'll get it in Modern Warfare 3. And they promised it. It didn't happen again in 3. And that's where I just washed my hands of Call of Duty in general. I was like, yeah, we're done with that.
The last good game was Black Ops 2. Fight me. Black Ops 2 is a great game.
Black Ops people.
No, Black Ops 2 is the only good one. No, the first Black Ops, I didn't like it. Black Ops 3, don't like it. Black Ops 4, don't like it. Black Ops 2, best game. They figured out how to make the multiplayer good.
Oh my god. You guys are freaking disgusting.
That's the hill I'm dying on. No one's stopping me.
My action game, I'm going to coom. That's you. Stop it.
I didn't beat the single player campaign though. That was fucking terrible. But the multiplayer though, that was
Please.
good. The single player took like this weird, like, okay, well, it's a first person shooter, but here's this real time strategy you have to play. And I said, I'm
saying Modern Warfare 2 and 3 were already trying my patience with their single players, with how over the top they were getting.
Modern Warfare 3, I did not play.
But Black Ops takes it and just turns it up to 11, maybe 12, 13. I didn't even know it had a 14 on the dial, but it did it. And I was sitting there like, that's disgusting. that's gross.
Yeah, it doesn't get better. But
you Black Ops people are gross.
Black Ops 2 is multiplayer is the best part. Nothing else about that game is good. I don't play zombies because I don't like to run around and shoot bots all day. Single player doesn't really thrill me. The multiplayer was good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every second of it.
Edgy deserved getting roasted for not buying Death Stranding, by the way.
Oh, I see.
We need to publicly shame people for not experiencing Death Stranding.
We're gonna have one big Death Stranding stream. Well,
where's Death Stranding Con? Where's the convention for Death Stranding?
We're gonna have
fans?
one whenever you want it.
We should
one stream, and this is gonna be entirely you talking about Death Stranding. And we're going to be sitting here on the sidelines as you explain it. And we're going to go through one or two videos. And
well, you know what? You would be ambitious.
Yes.
Oh, no, it'd be way too ambitious. I wanted to say marathon Death Stranding the whole way through. But I realized it's over like 20 hours. No. That's a bunch of no.
Oh, no, you're
my
dying.
Corona.
Don't drink the Corona beer.
Corona's kicking in. Well, I can't believe, the absolute state of Americans, right? That they would make a beer that is distilled from coronavirus.
Oh, I love it.
Can you work that out? Like, fucking Americans, dude.
Now this is I got a whole separate rant for that. But let us continue.
Are we surprised that there was eventually a corona outbreak?
No.
Like, you telling me they make beer out of coronavirus?
Wipe them out.
And we didn't get an outbreak sooner?
Just wipe them out. I don't want it. I don't need it.
Game is the developers aren't thinking outside the box. If you want to make God of War different, that's fine. But actually try to make it different instead of reusing elements from other games. And that's why I think that this game doesn't deserve the perfect scores.
Okay, so every game is going to, at this point, it's going to be almost the exact same.
Did Devil May Cry come before God of War?
Yes.
Damn.
I think.
Well, that sucks.
I think. I'm pretty sure. If I'm not mistaken.
Google this. I got to. I must.
Devil May Cry.
Was Devil May Cry like a launch title for the PlayStation 2?
Devil May Cry's first release was in 2001.
Okay, where's God of War in all this?
God of War, when it first came out, the initial release. Let me see if I can find a good
List of war deities. That's not what I wanted. God damn it.
Um. Oh boy.
Oh my God, Wikipedia, you're failing. 2005. Ha!
So yeah, I did. I thought so. So this
So
by
much for originality.
I know. So this by
So
extension is not original. Oh my God.
The only thing original about God of War, I guess, in comparison to Devil May Cry, is it did the the Greek gods. You know,
Yeah.
it was set in the Resident Evil universe, right? I'm pretty sure the development history of Devil May Cry was a Resident Evil game. And then
Yeah.
it changed mid-development, which is hilarious, by the way. I love that idea.
I kind of do too. I like weird video game stuff like that, where learning stuff. It's fun and interesting, especially like the creepy stuff that developers put into games and stuff that happens that are just unexplainable. Odd Header, big ups Odd Header for those wonderful videos.
That it's been getting, because it doesn't do anything new. Hell, even the graphics and presentation aren't that impressive.
But he said that the graphics were the best part of it. In the last video, he said the graphics
No. I'm gonna catch you right there. It's a good thing I'm here to defend his honor.
He said the graphics are the best part, but that's not saying much because other
Exactly,
games look
because
good.
Uncharted 4 was better.
Yeah, so so the graphics aren't
He's
that
still
good.
being consistent. He's still being consistent. The graphics are not that good. They were the best part, but they're not that good.
Fair enough. Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, I know there's others out there that will, and that's fine if you think that. But presentation and pretty graphics do not make a good game.
Well, no shit. That's a no shit Sherlock.
You gotta have all those elements. It's like digging into a steak
This whole
dinner.
trilogy is
You
no
have-
shit.
Oh boy, steak dinner analogies are my favorite because no one knows how to do them
food
properly.
analogies.
Yeah, whenever there's a steak dinner analogy anywhere, it's usually bad. The Anime Man did one, and now Hyrule Bard's gonna do one.
a steak and you have the vegetables around it. The vegetables are good,
Okay.
but if the steak is not good, then you're gonna have a shitty dinner. Same goes with a video game. If your story and your
Anybody?
sound and your graphics are good, but your game play is not good, then you have a shitty game. It doesn't matter whether those aspects are
Gameplay
great.
steak, though?
I mean, I've
The
played
gameplay wasn't.
What kind of okay? We're talking about steak. Let's be real. We're talking about steak. We're gonna seriously entertain this for a minute.
Okay.
If the vegetables add to the presentation of the steak, there's your graphics. Those are your graphics. I'm gonna say the story is the gravy. Tasty gravy. I don't
okay.
know if
I
you
like
have
where this
gravy
is
with your
going.
steak, but right now I do. Right now we have gravy on the plate. We have it on the steak, on the presentation. So if we're talking about the gameplay, I'm gonna say the gameplay of this God of War game is not bad. It's different, but it's not bad. So in that case, we have to determine the rarity of the steak. Because that's what he's looking for. That's what he's really wanting to talk about. What is the rarity of the steak? Well done. Which I mean, to some people that's ruined. It's ruined. You ruined the steak.
I'm sorry.
It's
I like
terrible.
all my
Very
I liked all
tragic.
my things well done. I'm sorry. But I'm warming up to the idea, or cooling up to the idea, of medium rare.
I'm just saying, if the meat doesn't fight to get off your plate, there's something wrong.
Maybe.
It could be medium rare. It could be rare. It could be, in the words of Gordon Ramsay, it could be fucking raw. So I don't know.
He doesn't really expand
Hyrule,
on that
please.
idea. I see.
You didn't tell me how the steak is ruined. I mean, you could even char a steak a little bit and get over yourself. You cut off the parts you don't want to eat, and you enjoy it. If you don't like the crafting, you just cut the fat. You cut the fat off the piece of steak, and you eat the steak. This whole food analogy, isn't this great?
I love food analogies.
games that look like shit, yet they are
and eat
so
what
much
you want.
fun. because the gameplay holds up. Like, take for example, Alone in the Dark. I'm talking about the original Alone in the Dark, not the remake. So, the original Alone in the Dark didn't have good visuals. I mean, it was mostly polygon shapes, but it had really fun gameplay, and it became an innovator of these.
Yeah, that cut was not like the stream. That was 100% how he edited that.
Of course.
Survival horror genre. It's the reason why we have Resident Evil. So, even though the game didn't look that great, it was still fun, and people consider it a classic. And it's because of games
I'd argue
like
they
Alone
didn't
in
have
the
a
Dark
choice back then.
that
Yeah, they kind of.
I mean, it really, like, the graphics were just primitive enough, early polygon-wise, that you didn't have a choice. The gameplay had better be good and better be engaging, or, no.
Or yeah, you wouldn't exist.
No.
You're yeeted from this from this earth.
From this eternity, truly.
It was a do or die kind of industry back then. Big ups.
I look at games from a technical aspect. Same goes for any other game that I play. But nevertheless, I'm going to end the video
run
with
into the
this.
spikes?
I don't care if you guys enjoy the new God of War. That's fine. But don't sit there and say that your opinion is better than mine and that I don't know what I'm talking about.
Did anybody say that?
No, they didn't.
Oh.
Spoiler alert, they never said that.
Well, all right.
Because everybody's experience
trust me.
with video games is different. So don't sit there and tell me to get over it just because a game is critically acclaimed. I don't give a shit. I will say whatever I want.
I
Anyways,
don't give a shit. 10 minutes later.
That's why
All
we
right.
have this video. Yes.
Sure.
Now, I'll get into it after this video, and that'll be kind
I
of.
don't give a shit. This video was satire.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Satire.
Satire.
if you guys like this video,
The
then
joke.
make sure to hit that subscriber button. Also, make sure you click the bell icon so that way you're notified when I upload my next video. Also, follow me on Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah, he doesn't
So
have everything.
if you dislike the video, get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here. But if you're on our team, then yes,
If you liked
hit
it,
the subscribe
hit the
and that
like,
bell.
ring the little bell. Don't forget to find me on my other social medias.
Yeah, like I said, the shilling just kind of goes for like the last minute of his video.
Figures.
And that's the trilogy. Now, we could go all day talking
Thank you. That
about
was fucking
Hyrule.
awful. That was terrible. I'm so happy you brought me along for this.
There's actually a video I did about the Crunchyroll love censorship, which this is how, when I told everyone this. I said, I think this Hyrule guy, because me and him were on okay terms. I didn't dislike this guy, but I was like, this guy wants to compete with me. That's why he's doing the Avatar thing, because the Avatar that you guys saw, that didn't come until after he met me.
It was pretty late in the game. It's suddenly there's a character with many expressions.
Yes, and I was like, I feel like he's like trying to copy the
Very
style of things that I'm doing.
very particular expressions.
Yes, and I even pointed out one of them. I could probably like pull this up before the live stream ends. Make
Was
sure-
the angry? Wow!
Hang on here. Oh, do you want to go through this video? Do you want to go through this Crunchyroll love censorship video again?
No.
It's as bad as you think it is. It is 100% as bad.
I love
as you think.
Senran and Kagura though. I do love Senran and Kagura though. Love it dearly.
There is one expression, and it's that one. This one.
Yeah,
And
I can see it.
now let me. I know the chat can't see it, but here's the expression that I'm talking about. This one. I will have to do. I have to pull this up here, because anybody that has been around since a little bit of the beginning, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Gonna hit it pose for pose, huh?
He almost did, almost. And it's in the video creations folder where I keep all the YouTube stuffs at. For the most part, I kind of move some things around. There is an Avatar version that I have. There's actually a video I can make right now. I just realized I have a video I can make. But it's that one. That specific the emotion, if you will. Let me see. I'm almost there. That one. It's the first one. Okay. So check this out. I know when I open this, it's
Show
not
it to the class. Show it to the class.
I'll put it in. I can like put it here on the stream, right? Okay, so that's his expression, right? If I can I like swap mine? It doesn't matter. So there's the drive. Okay, and so then there is display capture. That's the one. You might have to check the stream, but
I'm heading over.
but
Let's see what we got here.
that when I brought that up to someone, I said this is eerily close to the same thing. And
Really,
now to be fair, it is the exact. Anybody can have this pose. That's
it's
fine.
true. Anybody could.
But
It's true.
but look at the expression and the body
Oddly
the body language.
specific.
It is very
Like.
like
Well, you know what they say. You know what they say. Imitation is the highest form of flattery. It's
they do.
he respects you.
They
He
indeed
respects
say
you.
that.
Fair.
But I
Shame about the video content. Shame the content couldn't rip you off better. But what can you do?
yeah, it's this video. I'll never forget this as long as I fucking live. It's you can see the whole thing. It's on my channel. I did a video about it. It's not far. Essentially he titled Crunchyroll Loves Censorship as the video, which is supposed to be like my Funimation Loves Social Justice video. Which it exists. Boy, I wish there were more I could show you guys, but we've already been going for like 2 hours here.
Of course. I mean, that's just about the standard. That's it. It's just about the standard.
You know what else I found? So those, chat can't see all of them, but these are the ratings for all three of those videos.
That's about right.
The 50% one is the one that we just saw, the last one in this trilogy. The God of War PS4 review, 67%. And then the God of War Perfect, that one, 52%.
So we started at 52,
Mm-hmm.
600 views. The review came out 300 views, but 67%. That's not so bad. I mean,
Yeah, it's not bad. Not at
and
all.
then 268 for the end of the trilogy. What do you know? It's usually at the end of a trilogy you get more views than your second movie, unless you're Star Wars. But okay, yeah, it's a pretty logical slide. But did it really need the third one?
Yeah, he needed to address all the haters.
I guess.
Oh man, look at this wonderful page that's not around anymore. This was a bygone time. If you ever were around during the Hyrule Bard era, this is
Man,
what
those
you
were the
greeted
days.
with. Hang on, you know, let me do this even better here. This is what you were greeted with.
In what?
This
What did we
was
say?
so
Was it
long
like
ago.
18?
This was 20.
18?
No, this was 20. I think this was 2018.
Oh man.
Mhm.
Eh.
As you'll notice, just a funny tidbit.
Jiro!
Mr. Medicare has been purged, terminated. Now, this video is funny because he is someone that watches Mr. Medicare's content. I'm just throwing this
Some
in
good
at the end.
content. Just gotta say.
Yeah. So, it's funny because when Hyrule lied about having lupus, Mr. Medicare made fun of him on Twitter.
Oh,
Whoopsie.
that's awkward.
Oh boy.
I mean, to be fair, you would want your hero to call you out if you're fucked up.
you know, you would think that.
No.
You would hope. That's the hope. The real hope. When he terminated his channel, obviously, you were like, oh, well, maybe we won't see Hyrule Bard ever again. But that wasn't the case. Because he made an account like the next day. After he got called out for having lupus and lying about it and trying to get money and subs, he made a new account under Pirate Canvas.
Trying to get money and subs. I just don't. I can't relate.
Cannot.
Can't relate.
Cannot at all.
No.
What a time to truly be alive for all this wonderful lore. And I think that's pretty much the bulk of our stream. I don't think that there's anything really that we can continue to talk about.
Good. I'm cotton mouthed and my throat hurts.
There's the hardcore reeing that we were doing.
Oh man, oh, I'm dying.
Oh boy, when
Oh,
you
I had a hard life, man. I had a hard life. Miserable.
when you really get down into the Hyrule lore, you're gonna wish you hadn't. And unfortunately, I'm still in the mix in there somewhere. And it just
So
never stops.
seeing we as we have more Hyrule Bard, arguably coming up.
Oh yeah, we probably will.
Saying next week, I'm guessing we might as well schedule next week, right?
We can, if you wish.
What is I let me see here.
I'm off Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Whatever
Must be
you wanna
nice.
do.
I'm going to be in Kansas on the 4th. I'll fly back on the 5th. So I mean, the weekend should be clear, barring any funeral services. Yeah, I guess next Saturday. So give us a preview. What will be the next 2-hour stream for a 10-minute video?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know what we can really talk about.
What as we no.
We have to stay true to form.
You'll find some inspiration at some point in the week, and we'll have something. Let's be real.
You know what? I know what we can do.
None of this is thought out.
Well, I made a video about it, but we can go over it the very next time again, and it's about animongos.
You know, I do love those anime gekis.
Here we can. I think I could like queue up.
I do love those. I do love those Chinese drawings.
They truly inspire all of us to be the best that we can be. This is beautiful.
Can be, huh? As my mind like flashes back to the Shield Hero, Goblin Slayer.
We have this video, and anybody that has seen my channel, we can do this one next week. I think that you'll really enjoy it because this video is deleted from the original sauce. Here, let me give you a good taste of it, and as soon as I play it, you'll know exactly what it is.
I'm getting scared. It looks really official. No!
Oh
All
no!
right, well, you're gonna pause it there. We're gonna end that there.
Yeah, that's
great, I guess. Cells at work. Well,
oh boy!
Don't lewd the what are they called?
The platelets. Yeah, you can't.
Platelets.
You can't-
See, I knew it was platelets, but it feels weird saying it because I don't talk about platelets.
Yeah, you can't.
Platelets all that much. Who talks about their fucking blood that much? I don't. I'm not a medical professional. Are you?
You know, we could actually do this video. We can do this on live stream next week because Cells at Work Black is going to be coming out soon. We might as well go ahead and just get this one in. This time we have Gene's TV official take on the Cells at Work review that got pulled from Anime America.
Fantastic.
They deleted this video.
I'm very excited for Anime America. I've always had a respect for the U.S. Manga Corps.
I think the person
I'm sure
that
they're
does
very.
this is
I'm
from
sure they're
Canada.
very much like the U.S. Manga Corps, and all they're interested in is bringing anime to the masses.
Oh, of course, and they deleted this video
I'm
from
sure
their page.
Anime America.
It's gone. They deleted it.
Anime
They didn't
America
private
will be
it.
fair and balanced. America's anime news channel, Anime America.
You have high hopes.
I'm ready. Smith.
This will be great. Just let me preface you. Like I said, the video is deleted from their channel, so you can't find it anywhere. And also,
the continued style of
and
this.
anybody
stream.
that tweeted to them with my video that I made responding to them, they got blocked on Twitter.
Oh, naturally.
That's what we could do this very next week that's coming up. So whenever
I
you
love it.
feel like we can, promptly tackle it, then we can do so. Oh,
Well,
boy.
hopefully we can do it Saturday morning.
Yes, hopefully.
We
We're
kind
gonna
of
try.
got derailed today. I had stuff I had to.
I mean, I don't have a choice. It's one of those things where sometimes I just don't got a choice.
As we do.
Deaths happen.
So maybe Saturday morning. I will tell you the night before. I'll tell you on Friday if I'm good for it, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely. We got a.
Stay hyped. Subscribe. Ring the little bell.
Yeah, that's
make
right.
sure you're following Necro13 and Jeans TV on Twitter.com.
Oh yeah, I put the links in there, so you guys have the Twitter to both. of us.
Buy the merchandise.
Oh wait,
Buy the merchandise.
we should.
Yuri is love. Yuri is life. It's pure. What else do we got? What else do we got to plug? Join the Discord.
Oh yeah.
Join the 5 Discord servers.
Wait. Yeah, we gotta make an official Jeans TV server.
And there is one. There has been one for 2 years, but
it's fine. It's okay.
like I'm gonna promote that. But
Discord is it's up there in the list of things to not.
You guys are understanding. This is a developing channel, developing brand. Brand. Oh, geez, I shouldn't have said that.
You know, as I'm thinking
up,
about
brand.
this, the SS. I'm really looking at your outfit here.
SS Merc.
It's
Scarlet Symphony Merc. Please.
Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for joining us for another edition of a very disconnecty episode of the Scarlet Symphony. And we'll be back next week talking about Anime America and how oh boy, we'll just talk about them later. You guys have a good night.
Cut it.